I want to change the jets on this bike, and you can't remove the carburetor without loosening up your throttle cable because it's just held on so good. The only way to do that is take off these two plastics, the seat, and I believe the gas tank. And then this is actually a pretty simple job. This should actually be pretty quick. Let's see, we got like a number 13 Phillips head right there, and we got like a 12 millimeter right here. Let's give this a shot. Alright, we got a clip on the back side of there. Might have a clip under the seat. We'll just take out these two screws as a start. A nice place to put your screws. Toolbox, spot, anyway. That was a 10 millimeter. Alright, lift up, back a little bit, comes off. Got two more screws right there and our clip for these two plastic fenders. Gonna put this nice seat on the ground.
Take our number 3 Phillips head. By number 3 I mean the largest size of the Phillips head. It's right there.
Hard to get these clips off with just one hand. I know it's a Phillips head in the front, but it's not an easy Phillips head to spin on a plastic screw. So sometimes you could just push it out from the back. And nope, you probably need to use a Phillips head. Like a number 2, number 1, the more smaller sizes. Just trying to look for something long that can get in there. And I would not push on this clip while you unscrew it because it will just push back in. It's a push clip with an unscrewable nut. Comes out pretty simply actually. Comes out. I've seen these same nuts on certain cars like Subarus and stuff. Okay. Go to the next side. Back. There's a little end right here. It slips right into the back of the gas tank. Nice. Take out our gas tank, which I believe has two 10 millimeter bolts on both sides and a little rubber strap, just like every other bike. I don't even know what you would call this. Pretty simple to take off. You just pull down and pull back. On the right, now we take our millimeter. Get out. Should be able to like lift up and back. Alright, we got like a full tank of gas here, so this is kind of heavy with one hand. I'm gonna put the camera down. Okay, we need to take off our throttle cables to be able to get this carburetor out. We have to loosen up these nuts over here. I have not yet done this. Let's see how this works out. Not there. I will not touch it. It will help me know where I need to put it later. I'll bring this down and back. That came out pretty simple. Just bring this cable all the way up and around, Now slip right outside this piece. Now for the next one. Now I would make sure that that screw underneath stays put if you want to put it back in the same exact spot. Or pay attention to the slight rotations it may make. Then when it comes out, and you can twist your cable around and pull it and jiggle it out. Don't bend them too much. Don't kink them. You want them to stay good, and so that when you put them back on, they'll be good. Okay, now we just need to loosen up our boot screws or clamps. I actually already have them loose because I loosened it as I was thinking about making this video. Alright. So now, I don't have anything else holding on here except all the hoses. I should be able to take this out. I'm going to pull this boot back and over here. Oh! Came out over here. I did not want that. Huh. How funny. It's okay. Alright. Look how much easier, though, that made to come out. I did not want this out because they usually put, like, a glue here. That's just nice to stay from the factory. But I guess it wasn't good anyways. It probably should have come out. Thank you. Alright. I'm going to pull the carburetor this way, and then pull the carburetor this way, and then boom, it's out. Nice. Now we have our carburetor, and I had a hose pop out. Look at that. Yup. And I didn't drain the gas here either. Anything I learned over the years about taking off your bowl of the carburetor, do not mess up the float because it pre-adjusted works really nicely. If you didn't already have gasoline leaking out of your carburetor while the bike was straight up, then you have nothing to worry about. I mean, you do have something to worry about. You don't want to mess it up. If you have gas leaking out of the carburetor, nothing to worry about. Here's your chance to adjust your float bowl. But because this is brand new, I don't want to damage the float too much. If you were to go up and down really hard, the float could damage on the inside. And if the float is stuck, gasoline is just going to pour out of here. If it's stuck in the opposite direction, your bike's probably not even going to turn on. So let's take off these 4 Phillips head screws. And remember which side hold your hoses, because there seems to be 2 pieces that go with the Phillips head that hold your hoses. And I'm going to do this with one hand. So I'm going to hold this. The screws here were so tight. I'll put it to you this way. The person who put this together did not want me to take this bowl off, ever. I had to use a pair of vice grips. If not, in the past, I have used a pipe wrench, a small pipe wrench, because as you turn the pipe wrench, it will grab and be able to take it off. In this situation, try to use any type of vice grip. Break it loose before you use your Phillips head, otherwise you're going to strip your screws before you even take them out. Right, I place this in such a way when I take this bowl off, it's not going to move or remove my float bowl. Alright, as you see the factory float adjustment, as you see it's a little bit down here. Just in case it looked kind of funny to you, I know this was good. This bike was running great when I just rode it. I am increasing the gents by a little bit. I need to get a small tiny screwdriver in this hole for the pilot jet. And this looks like about a 8mm for the main jet. When you go to take out the main jet, you're going to need to put an 8mm or an adjustable wrench on the lower part of where the jet sits to unscrew the top. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand, so I'm going to put the... Okay, I already broke it loose. Should be able to unscrew this by hand. Okay, no big deal. Just unscrewing the main jet. Attach to this plastic piece. Okay, up put that down right there. I'll leave that there for the moment. I'll take out my pilot jet too. You can do it in any order you want. You could take out the pilot jet first. You could take out the main jet first and replace it already. Just a little tip. I've learned in watching a video on YouTube that it's good to have several different size flatheads to fit the different jets that could be on different bikes in carburetors. It's definitely important to make sure that if you're going to be working on your carburetor, that you're not going to be messing up the where the flathead goes into, because then it could just mess up everything for this carburetor. Like, your piece could get stuck in there, and then if you can't get it out, you'll need a whole new carburetor, or you'll have a lot more trouble. Alright, we're going to replace the main jet and the pilot jet with this kit we got here. Our pilot jet is a 36. I believe we're going to a 38. And our main jet is 125. We're going to a 1. Now, I bought my main jet and pilot jet from this link I'll put down below that I got off of eBay. They gave me both upgrades in a kit. Just a 38 and a 130 in a kit. I believe what I see on the back of this it came from Mount Holly Sports, which I got off of eBay. I'll put down below. Put in my main. Alright, time to put the 130 in here. I'm so excited. Okay, this wasn't as friendly as I thought it was threading it in, and I did thread it in with my bare hands. I did not want to use the socket and the ratchet, because if you strip this, you're just going to screw your whole self over. If you started screwing it in a little bit, you could finish screwing it in with your socket until you reach snug. Okay, when you're tightening this, I would tighten it to snug and 1/16 of a turn. Not even 1/16, like 132. That's it. You didn't make it tight at all. Not necessary. Don't freak out. It's not crazy. If anything, just take it apart if you screwed up again. Okay, let's put our bowl back on. Put it right over. See, our gasket fell off. Probably put a little bit of lubrication on there so it doesn't get messed up when we put it back on. Okay, for some reason, after letting this gasket sit on here overnight, it just fit the piece before it had been overstretched when I took it out. Now it's pretty good. But just a little bit of oil on my hand. It went around just in case I put this down. It's dry enough to where it moves. It would just sit in place. Okay, we're gonna have to drill this out or see if a pick will pull it out to be able to get to the adjustment screw here. Really easy. This hole right here next to my thumb, it had a little brass piece on it. It was right here on the floor. You see, I used a smaller drill bit than the actual size of it, and then it just spun right out. You could probably buy a new one and then put it back in there if you really like. So you can never mess with the adjustment ever again. But I'm gonna leave it there so I can mess with the adjustment. All right, let's put this thing back in. Right before I put this carburetor back on, I'm probably gonna put a little oil around this hole and this one and the rubbers right here into the boot for the intake. So this can easily slip in, and I know I'm not gonna have a problem. So I know I have oil on this rag. I'm just gonna wipe it on my hand like that. I know it's gonna get all oily. Lubricate it. Right, put our hose back on our piece right here. slip both of our hoses down to this little metal guide right there that the hoses go into. In case the gas starts leaking out the carburetor, it's not gonna leak onto the bike. Because if it leaked onto the bike and then you spark the bike, you just set yourself on fire underneath. So this is why it's good to have these. Not saying that something's wrong is gonna happen if you don't have it, but it's always good to have these. We need a little oil in this. I know they glue this. They don't have the glue. This is why I didn't want this to come out. If this seals nicely, I'm gonna go with it for now. I've always had trouble getting these bolts on because they fit so certain, and then they put glue in anyways because nobody's even so sure how they are going to fit. Okay, time to put this on in the same order we took it off. We took off this bottom one the last time, so I'm going to hook it through this piece so the cable can loop back around it. Put this nut underneath this fork area. Since we don't want to move the nut, since we pretty much left it in the last adjustment, this will go back when we put this cable on. Which I will need 2 hands to do this, I believe. Try to do this with one. Okay, I was able to pull this up and slip this over and put the cable on. I had to do that with 2 hands. Okay, let me put this back in there. I'm gonna leave this bottom screw not touched because it's not my adjustment screw. It is my adjustment screw, but this is the screw I loosened up. All right, we'll make that tight in a minute. Now we'll tighten up this one. Oh, we don't want all that to move. I'm gonna pull this cable so the nut doesn't move in there while I turn this top piece. Before I put the plastics on, I am going to change this exhaust system. Start with these 2 screws right